Alrighty, boys, listen, we got an update. Not like an update you can download. Relax, 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 relax. Calm down, calm down. Alright? Listen, we got an update on Bannerlord. They posted a little bit, the devs posted a little bit on different various platforms. We have the community tales. We have a post here on Twitter, and we got a post. We got a couple of posts on YouTube. They did a couple of shorts that I have not watched yet. I'm going to watch with you guys because I've been trying to save it up because they've been posting kind of regularly for the YouTube shorts, which is pretty exciting. But yeah, let's go over what they got to say. I don't really have, like, for example, any like new information from the developers for this video. Unfortunately, again, I'm trying to take it slow. Plus, there's a lot of stuff in the works, so you gotta bear with me, okay? But without further ado, let's just read everything that's been going on with Bannerlord. Just a little updates on what the devs have been up to, and go from there. We are getting closer to the release. You know what I mean? Getting closer and closer every single day. You know what I mean? That's usually how it works. You know, time passes. But hey, you know what I mean? Very excited for the near future that becomes nearer and nearer every single day. All right, let's do it. So, Community Tales number 15. What do we got? Green Warriors of Calradia. Before we dive into this edition of Community Tales, we would like to invite you to the next official multiplayer event. These have been ramping up. I'll be honest with you. I keep missing them because I have to work. I am a, you know, I was about to say broke boy, but I got a little bit of motion. But, yeah, you know what I mean? I got to work for a lot of these, unfortunately. But here it is. Come join us this Saturday for the 14th official large-scale event with 700 players on the same server. There it is. So this Saturday, April 26th. By the way, I'm going to link this down below if you want to go check it out. Want to join it as well. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos about it, so pretty cool. I do enjoy watching those, okay? Now, without further ado, let's jump in. So again, there's no really updates on what's going on in terms of the the DLC in this Community Tales. They're just going to run it down real quick, so let's go through it. These are the art pieces, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, these are the art pieces. We got Lord of the North by Mr. P. I don't know how to say the rest of your name. There it is. Very nice. I like this art style where it's like boxed in. I don't know how to explain it. It kind of reminds me, like, I was a churchgoer when I was a younger lad. You know what I mean? So it kind of reminds me of like the stained glasses in what do you call it, in like church windows and stuff like that. Next, Empress of Calradia by Mr. C. Very cool, very cool. This low-key looks like a screenshot, but it's not a screenshot. You can kind of see the more you look into it. Very, very cool. Next, Nightly Vistas. These are the screenshots. Too Slow by Melatonin. Cool name as well. This is a good one. Wow. All right, good shot. And this looks, bro, what kind of... Hey, bro, hit me up, Mr. Big U. Big U. Hit me up, man. Holy, this is a very nice screenshot. Very colorful. Very nice. Probably modded. Crazy. The hues are going crazy. Botanian Folk. Very nice. I like how this looks. This looks joyous. Looks like they're going to a festival or something. Next, Crafting Marvels. These are the mods. By the way, if you're watching my playthrough, Diplomacy mod is going into my playthrough as well. We have a lot of different mods, but I just added the Diplomacy mod as well, so that's going there too, okay? But let's see this. It's Sword of Long, Unleash Your Inner Blacksmith by again, I'm going to just go by the first letter, R. Unleash your inner blacksmith and design weapons from dainty daggers to towering great swords with a crafting slider that now stretches minus 50% plus 50%, excuse me. This mod also offers an optional physics patch for one-handed blades over 110% length. Pretty cool. So you can kind of like go further, right? Get bigger swords and pretty much just make smithing a little bit cooler. Cool. Like it. Mission Duel by, I'm not even going to try, I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea how to even pronounce that. And I'm not saying that this is Mandarin. Well, listen, dog. You see how the shifts are changing, you know what I mean? Hey, listen, buddy. You know that NBA meme where it's like Time to learn Chinese. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, I'm trying to learn my Mandarin. I'm trying. Until I am proficient at it, I am not even going to try to pronounce it for this video. But listen, man, I'm studying up. I'm seeing where the tides are turning. All right. Mission duel. Turn every battlefield into an arena. With this mod, you can challenge a single enemy hero to a one-on-one. That is sick. Hold on. Or opt for an epic 5v5 team duel where you pick up 5 heroes against theirs. That's sick. Wait, what? Victorious champions can seize enemy gear, grab coin, and even earn a bonus attribute point, as well as have a number of defeated side troops switch allegiance in the aftermath. That's, wow. I didn't even think about that. That makes sense. Yeah. That is this is good. I'm gonna check this actually out after, see if I can add this to my gameplay as well. Very good. Enhanced troops reforged by Big U again? Big U doing all of it. Oh, so this is... Oh, because I thought it was modded, and this is his mod. Okay. Built in the original mod, this update enriches troop visuals with carefully selected period-inspired gear. Oh, look at this. Bro got a double. All right. It deepens immersion with variety while trying to preserve balanced gameplay and full save compatibility. Very cool, man. Very cool. Now we got the video. Shout out to Collier. Bannerlord tips you have to know. All right, buddy. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see. There he is, right over there. Next we have is I survived Asturgia for 300 days by crowns. There he is, right over there. And lastly, we got the Start Bandit King by Nightly. There he is, right there. Shout out to all 3 of you. You know what I mean? Keep pumping him out. Keep pumping him out. You know what I mean? And then lastly, we have kind of like the multiplayer stuff. Again, I'm not going to go too deep into this. If you like the multiplayer stuff, if you want to join up, again, link will be down below. Go join all these up and do as you have to do, okay? Now, moving on. Let's read some of the comments. Let me refresh too, because this just came out. What do we got for comments? Not a single update on the upcoming DLC and patch. Oh, here we go, brother. Here we go. Never mind. We're done with the comments. All right, moving on. I was featured on the Twitter post. You know what I mean? Look how everyone's talking about. Wait, let's actually watch this from the start. And see if you can find when I come in. Hold on.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. And it was just finally announced.
Today we are diving into something huge. Something.
By the way, this is a video of like how all the creators talked about the new War Sales trailer. This is like everybody's reaction, like compiled. And again, just see if you can find out where I come. Don't cheat. Don't look at the screen. Don't look where it says the name. Okay, you're gonna find out when it's me. You know what I mean? Very, I would say, outspoken in this. Okay.
We've all been waiting for.
Bannerlord isn't dead. It's getting DLC.
War Sales is coming. And yes, you heard that right. Ships are finally coming to Calradia.
We're going to be getting an awful lot. So let's break down exactly what we're going to be getting with this new DLC/expansion and, more importantly, base game update.
Yes, you have seen it right. We are finally getting what Tailworlds have been sitting on for the last few years.
We've got a special update from Tailworlds Entertainment about...
Ah! Ships! 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 6 ships. Nope, 7, 8. 8 ships. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. See, listen, man. That's what I bring to the community. The hype. You know what I mean? That's what we're here for. Everybody being serious? Yeah, me too, man. Just coming from a different angle. You know what I mean? Shouts out to everybody, though. You know what I mean? Pretty funny. And now, lastly, let's go over some of these shorts. They do reveal some stuff in these shorts, so let's watch them together, and I'll give you my opinion on each one, okay? Let's do it. I think we have like 5 of them, all right? So first one, this is the announcement. Explore the Nords in War Sales. All right.
Bannerlord's new expansion has been announced.
That shit too loud. That might be too loud. Hold on. Scoop.
announced it. With it, a whole new faction rises. Say hello to the Nords, fearless raiders from the frozen edge of the world. These warriors don't just endure the North, they own it. You will be able to trade with them, fight beside them, or challenge them head on. The question is, will you rise with the North or try to claim its riches for yourself? Bannerlord's new
So the way they put it, right? Hear this out
You
here.
will be able to trade with them, fight beside them, or challenge them head.
You see how they said that right there, right? You'll be able to trade with them, fight beside them, or challenge them. Here's the thing. Now here's the thing. Now this is not me saying this is what the developers are saying, but the way that sounded to me is maybe they aren't a kingdom that you can actually join. Maybe we still have the 6 kingdoms, and this is my speculation. This is not any official developer, and I'll ask the developers as well a little bit closer to when the DLC comes out, because I want to space out what I ask. I don't want to become too needy. You know what I mean? You gotta space those out. So especially the guy in my comments that keeps asking about elephants. I remember you. Listen. Everything is written in my notes. My notes are very vast. I have to pick the questions, and I gotta also keep it. You don't want to become too annoying when you got a little bit. When you got communications open, you don't want to be that guy that's just always like, well, excuse me. You know what I mean? So it's gonna get there. I will get you an answer. Okay. When? Don't know yet. But I have not forgotten about you, okay? Because I also want elephants back. Regardless, though, going back to this, I'm excited either way, is what I'm trying to say. So, for example, and again, I'm just throwing this out. I'm not saying this is confirmed anywhere. If the Nords are something that we can't play as, or we can't start off as, you know what I mean? If it's still just going to be like, or maybe it's going to be like Sturgia / Nords. You know what I mean? We're going to see how it goes. Because then we're going to have to also change the UI. Because the UI right now is like whenever you start the game, you got like the 6 that you can choose. But with this, it's going to, it's going to have to be a lot of changes made. Unless you can't choose them directly. Okay? As like a thing that you can become. You can still probably convince their lords to join you. Obviously, you can take over their towns. Pretty sure that's going to be there. But it might not be something that you can, like, for example, when you start the game and you choose Khazaits. You know what I mean? It might not be like you start the game and you choose Nords. It might be you start the game and you still choose Sturgia, and then you go into the Northern lands. But there's no Nord bonuses because they're technically Sturgia bonuses. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's already there. And that's a question a lot of people have been asking. What's going to be the differential between Sturgia and the Nords? And that's why I'm having a sneaky suspicion that maybe, they might not be considered a kingdom. They might be, obviously it's an addition, it's a DLC. It might be worked and looked at a little bit different, is what I'm saying. But we'll see, right? Next!
Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord is taking naval combat to the next level with war sails. Here is a couple of things you need to know about the new naval warfare system. You will soon be able to board enemy ships, ram them for damage, or attack from a distance with your ballista, doing all of these while the combat is directly affected by realistic wind and water physics. Ramming can knock enemies off their ships, shatter wars, and tear through sails to cripple their movement, so get ready to rule the seas.
By the way, they mentioned some stuff in here that I mentioned as well. And there was another guy. I'm looking at you because I know you probably come back from my videos even though you love saying some things I don't agree with. But some of these things I said before they were announced in this video, because the guy tried to say, oh man, that list that you put, you could have just made that up. No. As you can see, I was right about some of these things, but let's watch it one more time and I'll stop
Blade
it.
2 Bannerlord is taking naval combat to the next level with war sails. Here is a couple of things you need to know about the new naval warfare system. You will soon be able to board enemy ships, ram them for damage, or attack from a distance.
So I'm thinking the ram and board ships, I'm thinking it's going to be very similar to how you, for example, when you have like the siege tower and it attaches to the wall of just to the wall, you know what I mean, of a town that you're trying to siege or a castle that you're trying to siege. I think it will be similar to that, where you have to ram somebody, and then obviously that's when you can connect, or when you can drop, like, I forgot what the exact name of it is. I know it has like an exact name. All my medieval dudes out there, you know what I mean? You guys can tell me. But like, it's like kind of like a not vertical, horizontal ladder that you kind of like just drop. It has like a sharp thing on the end, which like attaches to the enemy ship, and then you could run across from it, right? Something like that is what I'm thinking. The ramming is very cool too, because obviously you can put like different upgrades for your ships. So therefore, you know, you could probably get a better and better ram, and then you could obviously specialize in like, do you want to have a ship that's like very aggressive in terms of ramming, or do you want to have a ship that's like more passive and also more defensive in terms of like better ballistas or longer range combat, which is going to be very cool. You know what I mean? There's going to be different ways to play it. Obviously, same thing with like, if you decide to like play mainly cavalry or mainly infantry or mainly archers in the regular game that we have currently.
Them for damage or attack from a distance with your ballista, doing all of these while the combat.
And again, they said ballistas, so it looks like we're gonna get like I don't know exactly how it's gonna work, but we'll see if the ballistas can get destroyed the same way it's done in sieges. Obviously, it's gonna be different, but I think there's gonna be a lot of similarities to how currently game mechanics work and how they're gonna implement this. Because obviously, whenever, like I always state, in a sandbox, whenever you implement anything, you need to make sure it works and is, you know, a little bit similar to other things in the sandbox, because everything works upon itself. Because a sandbox game is technically a game where even if the player does nothing, the world still moves, okay? So, we'll see.
Ballista, doing all of these while the combat is directly affected by realistic wind and water physics.
That's the thing that I talked about. Wind and water physics are a big deal.
Ramming can knock enemies off their ships, shatter wars, and tear through sails to cripple their movements. So,
tearing through sails, which implies there's going to be a fire aspect, okay, in it. So fire arrows, we're going to get new arrows, is what I think. Or maybe, obviously, because the game already has fire ballistas. So maybe that's the only way. Maybe we won't get fire arrows, but just you'll be able to attach fire ballistas to the ship instead of like your siege wall. Okay? Moving on.
How to make money with caravans in Mountain Blade 2.
Okay, this is just like you know what I mean? Let's watch it.
Bannerlord. Running caravans is one of the many ways you can start making an income in the game. Here are some of the things.
Not if you're in my modded game that I'm playing currently. The modded game that I'm playing currently, let me tell you something. Holy, caravans don't work. But in the base game, they do work. You know what I mean?
Things you need to keep an eye on when you start running them. Number 1, picking the right companion. Make sure you find a companion that has decent skills in scouting.
Bro, they stole my whole flow, by the way. I'm just kidding.
Trading or steward. Scouting will help the caravans move faster, avoiding danger and making more trades. Steward will improve the overall party management, while trading will help them make more profitable trades. And number 2, when you are just about to create a caravan, try to invest a little bit more and get better troops for 15,000 dinars. It's better than get.
Yo, shout out to Himmel the Fatherless. I understand, bro. You know what I'm saying? I also have that same trait.
Better troops for 15,000 dinars. It's better to be safe than sorry. How to make money.
Nice guide.
War sales questions and answers time. One of the most common questions we got is if the War Sales expansion will work with an ongoing saved game. To give you a direct answer, no. The DLC won't work with your existing save files. This expansion introduces major changes that are incompatible with the base game's progress. In order to play the new expansion, you'll need to start a brand new game. War sales questions and
it makes sense, you know what I mean? It like when you add so much content, like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. It is what it is, brother.
This Saturday we're hosting our 14th official Calradian War event, and it's going to be massive. We're expecting up to 700 players on a single server. This event features 2 major content creators. We have Pixelated Apollo and Artem, each leading their own faction. They'll be giving orders, commanding formations, and fighting to win. We'll be alternating between battle and siege throughout the event, and participating will reward you with 3 times the usual loot and experience. Join us this Saturday, April 26 at 8 PM Central European Time or 2 PM Eastern Time. See you on the battlefield.
again, shouts out to everybody involved in this. Let me tell you something. This is great. Again, I stated before, multiplayer is not. It is getting better over time, and there are actually a good amount of content creators as well that are taking part of this, but also are on the rise in terms of the multiplayer Bannerlord scene, and I am here for it. You know what I mean? I cover mostly single player, but don't get it twisted. Sometimes I do try to find a multiplayer game. It is still hard to find one. Do not get it twisted. But I think events like this and constant announcements of events like this definitely works and definitely will improve the multiplayer scene. So keep it up, okay? By the way, here's another quick question, because I think this is the last video, is it? It's not the last video.
Saturday.
I lied. The DLC, unfortunately, is not coming to multiplayer Bannerlord, but it's not off the table. That's what the dev said. So pretty much when the DLC comes out first, it's not going to have multiplayer aspects, right? It's not going to, for example, you're not going to be able to play, I'm guessing, I don't know how to explain, like, you're not going to have multiplayer ship battles yet. But the devs said that in time, you know, they'll see what they can do. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what I got for you for that.
War sales questions and answers time. Some of you have asked if there will be new perks coming with the expansion.
There will be 3 new perks! Woo!
And the answer is absolutely. One of them, for example, will force prisoners to help meet your ship's minimum crew requirements, giving them a useful role on board. Would you trust prisoners to run your ship? Let us know in the comments. War sales questions.
Real medieval, what's it called? Times right there with that. I'm pretty sure that's how it used to go back in the day, where like the prisoners like rode the bow and stuff like that. Not always, but sometimes. You know what I mean? Would I trust them? Of course, brother. Listen, I always recruit the prisoners, man. You know what I mean? Prisoners, and you know what I mean? You listen, everybody's a prisoner sometimes, you know? Especially like, if you play Bannerlord, if you've seen my playthrough, holy, brother. Holy, bro. I was a prisoner maybe 60 times. But yeah, that's going to do it. That's going to do it for me. That's all the stuff that I got for you right now. Pretty much updates on what's been going on. Content that's been shown by the developers, you can see right over here. And yeah, again, when more updates come out, when I got more information for you, it will be, you know, shown to you. I appreciate all the support, and I will see you in the next one.